in this vlog, we are going to be covering, should you buy or rent in Dubai? And what we mean...
Should you buy or rent in Dubai?
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Should you buy or rent in Dubai? Should you buy or rent in Dubai? Okay, let's start about, what we were gonna do. When we first moved to Dubai, it was gonna be a lot of setup in terms of cost. We find out about the different areas. We had a list of all the communities we wanted to live in, a list of some ideas, but we wanted to really get a feel for the place to really decide where we were gonna buy.
One more thing I want to touch on rent, by the way, that I just remembered, is security in your contracts as well. So you basically, if you're in a property like we're in now, tenants are really protected here, by the way.
The next point is, depending on what your situation is, what our plan is at this stage, we will at some point buy investment property in Dubai, but for now, we are quite comfortable renting the different homes. Okay, so to conclude, the question was, buy or rent in Dubai? So the answer is, what's up guys? It's the Monago family. Hey, I'm Uche Monago family dad.
I'm Charmaine Monago family mom.
And we are the Monago family parents. Yeah, and that's who we are, right? Hope you guys are good. You guys are you guys. If you're new to our channel, welcome to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe after you've watched the video, or now. You can do it now. Why wouldn't you want to join a family like this? Hit the notification bell so you know when we post. And MF Squad and everyone watching, please give this video a lovely like, because you know the likes keep our channel alive. Do it now before you forget. Like, give it 2 likes, give it 3 likes. Like.
You like more than one time?
No, you can't, I'm just getting excited.
Oh wow, I was actually thinking about it. Yeah.
Sounds good though. All right, cool. So in this vlog, we are going to be covering, should you buy or rent in Dubai? And what we mean...
Should you buy or rent in Dubai?
It did, didn't it? Yeah. Should you buy or rent in Dubai? Should you buy or rent in Dubai? Make a song in it. So basically, should you buy or rent in Dubai? And that's really from the perspective of like, when you first come over here, should you buy or rent in Dubai? This is a topic that's come up a bit on our channel, in the comments, and also like with people who have asked us this question. So comment down below if this is something that you've been thinking about, and let us know your thoughts below, and let's get some discussions going on around it as well outside the vlog. Would love to hear your opinions. We just speak about it from our perspective and what we tried, what we did, with the view of just letting you guys know and hopefully being helpful and so forth. Right? Is that fair enough? Okay, let's start about, what we were gonna do. When we first moved to Dubai, it was gonna be a lot of setup for us in terms of costs.
Yeah.
So we decided that we were gonna sell our main house in the UK, right? That was our plan. Now, what happened was the market in the UK took a bit of a tumble. I'm not sure what was going on at that time. I think it was
the stuff over
Is it the war?
The war.
Yeah.
The war.
So I think it's the war.
The back end of the war.
The back end of the war, and our prayers and thoughts are with everyone experiencing war. Good time to mention this.
Yeah.
Love to all the families, prayers to all of them as well. And essentially what happened was the property prices in London, they went down. And so what happened was the prices that we wanted to sell at and so forth, the price that we wanted to sell at, we were not going to get. So in the end, we decided to hold on and keep our house in the UK. Even though we were going to do that, our plan was to buy here at some point, but it wasn't to buy straight away. We were still going to rent and then buy, I guess, fairly soon. We'll take you through the rationale of all of that and why we decided to do that. So we decided to keep our house. It was really, really challenging to do so because obviously we had planned to have a big lump sum of cash when we came here, and we had to basically work around not having that because essentially the money that we were going to get from the house, it just wasn't enough to sell it to do all the things that we needed to do. So that's what we decided to do. So what we decided to do when we got here is essentially we were always going to rent initially. We find out about the different areas. We had a list of all the communities we wanted to live in, a list of some ideas, but we wanted to really get a feel for the place to really decide where we were going to buy. So essentially that part of the plan continued where we rented at different places, and then we eventually ended up here. We're very happy with the way that we did it, and we would definitely advise you to do the same. Rent, don't run into buying, because it's difficult to just, move to a country and know where you want to live straight away. Where you think you're going to live may not be where you end up living. We thought that we were going to live in a place called Damac Hills 2, but we live in Arabian Ranches 3, which is a different place. We would still possibly live in Damac Hills 2, but there were other reasons why we chose to live in Arabian Ranches 3. You have to watch all of our other vlogs to find out a bit more about that. But yeah, those are the reasons, essentially. So it was good that we didn't really commit to anything and we had the opportunity to move around and really get a feel for the place and see what we wanted to do. Because there's a very big difference between, for us, I mean, you guys are getting a lot closer because you have these videos, but when we were coming, there was no one really like us who made videos like this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So we got as close as we could through YouTube. I remember watching this Damak Hills 2 video over and over and over again. It motivated us, didn't it? When we were in London.
We watched it so many times.
So many times,
Although
yeah.
it didn't give much information. It was more just
looking at the house, yeah.
showing you the house,
yeah.
showing you the area, and we just kept looking at it, looking at it, looking at it. It didn't, like I said, it didn't have much information, but it did what it did for us.
Yeah,
to get us here. Yeah.
But you know, you guys have got us and you've got this channel and so forth. So great, yeah. And comment down below if you found this channel useful. We love hearing from you guys, love interacting. But yeah, comment down below. Tell us what you like most about the channel, what you found useful. Give us some feedback, guys, because we appreciate it. Essentially, yeah, so we definitely advise renting because you need to get a feel for the place when you're here and see which area you like. So that's just from like knowing the area that you want to live in. So the first point is just like getting a deeper understanding of the area and where you want to live and first-hand experience of where you want to live. So that's a good point, like to just say as a point, right? The next point is, depending on what your situation is as well, you know, what we will do is essentially, what our plan is at this stage is we will at some point buy investment property in Dubai. But for now, we are quite comfortable renting the different homes. Yeah. Right, and a lot of people have asked us, did you buy the home, did you rent? Well, there you go, we rented, right? It feels like it's your own house, to be honest with you, because we moved into this house brand new, right?
Yeah, so we moved in completely brand new, and the way, I don't know what systems are like in other countries, but in Dubai, I can only talk for Dubai because I'm talk of the UK. In the UK, when you rent in the UK, I feel like you feel like it's not your house. I can't explain it, but it feels like it's not your home. You've always got people coming to check the house every 3 months. You can't put this up, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Whereas here, they give you a lot of ownership of rental properties. Obviously, there may be a few landlords here and there that are a bit, you know, but generally when I speak to people, when you move into this house, it actually does feel like ours. Like, we've got a great landlord anyway, so we got quite lucky anyway. But saying that, the system here, in the way that they do it, it's your house. You buy everything. You buy white goods, which are cookers, fridges, all this stuff. Whereas in the UK, when you rent, those kind of stuff are already in the house. Whereas this is actually your house, your house. You know, you can put stuff up on the wall, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you're probably gonna have to pay for things you break and things that you do, but you have so much ownership when you're here. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people probably agree. Comment down below if you don't agree. I think when you rent, you wanna feel like it's your home. When you don't feel like that, that's what pushes you to buy sometimes, even when you're not ready, because of the frustrations around it. So I would say it feels like a home, and it feels, yeah. So just so you know, when you come here, you would always feel comfortable renting, yeah, because it feels like our house. It doesn't feel like someone owns it. That's how it feels.
Because you moved down into it brand new, even down to the garden. Yeah. We did the landscaping in the garden. The garden was just bare.
Yeah.
So and these things aren't too expensive,
no.
In comparison to say the UK. So if you're wondering, I have to landscape the garden, it isn't that expensive for, you know, what you get. It's basically just fake grass we put down and a few plants, etc. You can do what you like on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we do. And someone comes to maintain it for a very, very reasonable price, ridiculously reasonable price. So yeah, these things, you set it up yourself. Essentially, because you're moving into these houses brand new, well, the ones we chose in the communities that we are, and even if it's not brand new, it might be a few years old, and you don't have to move into a brand new one, but essentially either way, you're gonna basically do it up to your taste. You know, we put the curtains up, you put your furniture in, everything. Yeah. So because of that, I'm still getting that kind of vibe and feeling of, we're moving into a new house and so forth, right? So there's that thing. So the other point to mention is, you know, we've been in this house for 8 months, about 8 or 9 months now. And we have a plan. This is a 3-bed plus made. So basically 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Yeah, 1 guest toilet and 3 bathrooms and 3-bed plus maid. So it's essentially 4 bedroom. The maid's area is essentially, they call it the maid's area. She has her own ensuite. So we will probably move in a year's time. I think we're gonna stay here for 2 years in total. And I think we're gonna be looking for a 4-bed plus maid in a year's time. You know, so stay tuned for the journey on that. That's gonna be exciting. We're gonna take you around with us on that because we need a bigger place. It's just so nice to be able to move a lot more freely. You know, I don't need to worry about trying to sell my house. We don't need to worry about all of that stuff and trying to find a house. We can just literally just move and carry everything from here into the next house and just upgrade.
Also, to touch on that as well, I think if you're moving here and you know the country well, it's a bit different. And if you know you're moving into your forever home, it's a different story, isn't it? For us, we know size is not our forever home, so we would never buy it. That's another thing as well, because coming into a place like this, I think you can only really buy where you choose to live forever unless you're planning to rent it later or you have later plans. So I think for us, it's really important that when we do finally buy our house, it's not, I can't say forever, I don't know, but a home we're going to be in for 3 to 5 years, right? You're going to be in there for a long time.
Even longer. Yeah.
So
like it's got to be like a home that we feel that we're going to be in for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we know we're going to be in Dubai for long, but specifically in this home, not necessarily. The needs of our family may change. So essentially, we're looking at a 4-bed, and we just like that flexibility to be able to adjust as our pocket adjusts, because if you make more money, you want to maybe live somewhere else, or whatever the case is, or and our family sizes adjust. So we like that flexibility. Obviously, we've got four kids, 8 years old. Well, not obviously, because you may be new to our channel, but we've got an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, and twins who are 4. The space that 4-year-olds need compared to what a 10-year-old needs is quite different. So we need that flexibility to be able to move around. And so if we just concentrate on if we are going to acquire more property, buy investment properties, then that's something that's separate. We still get the benefits of owning property, but then we just are not tied into the house that we live in. And as much as we love owning the house that we live in the UK, we did at times just want to be a bit more flexible with things to move around, essentially. So that's kind of the roundup for us. Okay, so to conclude, the question was buy or rent in Dubai. So the answer is both. Definitely buy if you can afford it, because Dubai is a wonderful place to own property in, investment property in, because obviously the market's great here. And if you are able to buy property here and get in the market, it's going to serve you long term, and there's some great things happening. So that's what I'd say with regards to the buying. And obviously, as Charmaine mentioned, if you know you're going to get your forever home and you're going to buy your forever home, then of course, buy your forever home. Essentially, that's what you're saying. If you're in a position to do that, because you won't go wrong. Obviously, you're going to save money on paying rent, and you're going to pay directly money into your mortgage. But you have to be in a position in life to do that. For us, it's not for us, because we would rather have the flexibility to move around, and we'd rather spread our money into investments in the beginning. Essentially, yes, that might be right for some people. So for us, we're buying just purely for investment at the moment, when we do get round to it in Dubai. And then definitely rent too, because for all the reasons we mentioned, you can get the rent is reasonable in terms of compared to where we came from in London. So, compared to where we pay, I know it depending on what country you come from, but for what we pay for rent here, is just ridiculous to the value that we get compared to London. Essentially, obviously we've got pools, palm trees and everything around us, gyms and play areas and so forth, so we don't have this in London. So comparable to London, the value of the rent at the moment is really, really good.
One more thing I want to touch on rent, by the way, I just remembered, is security in your contracts as well. So you basically, if you're in a property like we're in now, where tenants are really protected here, by the way. So the landlord has to give you a year's notice to move out of your house. If you're still unless you're out of contract, they have to give you a year's notice. So again, that's another thing. You don't feel like you're going to be kicked out of your house 3 months, 6 months, unless there's a clause in there specifically. But the general general contract is 12 months. So usually they have to give you a year to come out of the house, unless I think they're selling it. There may be a clause in that, but apart from that, generally that's what it is. And I find that to be really good as well, because you just, again, that's what makes you feel more like it's your home.
Yeah, and they're not really intrusive as well with what you said earlier.
They're not intrusive at all.
They're not intrusive, So definitely make as we said, this is what we're doing for all the reasons that we mentioned. So the conclusion is do both. Have fun with both, and make the best out of every possible opportunity and every possible situation. And that's our conclusion. We hope this vlog has helped you. Comment down below and let us know if it has helped you and if you've got value from this vlog. And if you've got any points that you want to add. If you think we've left anything out, then by all means put the points in there in a polite way, because if we do it in a bad way, we're going to fight in the comments. No, we're not going to fight in the comments. I'll probably just, I don't know what I'll do, but anyway, comment down below if you think we've left anything behind. We hope you found value in it. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe, because why wouldn't you want to join a family like this? hit the notification bell so you know when we post. Give this vlog a big like, because you know the likes keep our channel alive. And as the girls say, share, share, share like you just don't care. Put your hands in the air and peace out.